welcome back to the stream. I'm LB Hackemup. This is a Wednesday. It's weird, but we're here with some friends of the channel. Some people have been here before, some haven't, but I'm happy to have everyone here. We're gonna go around and have everybody introduce themselves and who they're playing tonight. Starting with new to the channel, Jake. Take it away.
Oh, hey. All right. How's it going, everybody? I'm Jake. I'll be playing Kevin Van Iron. He is playing from which darn playbook? The Flake playbook, which is this is my first time playing here, Monster of the Week or on the channel. So that's exciting. Me and LB, we end up playing a lot of regular Dungeons and Dragons type stuff over on the Nerd Immersion channel, which is our normal Wednesday night stuff. But hell, here we are. We're gonna do it.
Yeah. Next up is Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel. Rachel Elizabeth. Rachel's listed with the middle instead of an S. I am playing Edie Van Iron tonight, who is the Crooked playbook.
All right, RJ.
What's up, everybody? It's me, RJ. You can catch me at RJ282 on Twitter, Twitch, and most other socials. I'm doing D&D and other TTRPG places, things in other places, but I'm here as the Divine. Their name is Ren, and they're part 3 of the Apocalypse Trio. Let's go.
And to round it out, it is Kujo.
Hello, everybody. I am Kujo. You can find me at Kujo Plays Games. I will be playing Marcus White of Oxford University, aka the Spellslinger.
Yeah, and I'm LB Hackemup. I'm gonna be the Keeper of Secrets for tonight, aka your Dungeon Mistress for this evening. And we're gonna do, this is a Monster of the Week game. You guys have seen plenty on this channel, but let's go over a couple things. Part of this system has histories, and everyone knows each other in some way or another. So let's just go around a little bit and have people talk a little bit about like who they are and how they know everyone else. Let's not pick on Jake because it's his first time here. RJ, how do you know everybody? And tell us a little bit about your character.
Hello, everyone. My character, their name is Ren. Full name, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the Yiddish.
Nice.
They are part 3 of the Apocalypse Trio, being Behemoth, Leviathan, and the Ziz. That's me. Currently waiting for the end of the world, doing acts of hedonism here and there. He's been to Arkansas just for hot springs, and it's a fun time. They know Kujo's character because they are allies in arms. Essentially, they'll get a call every now and again, teleport over and say, hey, what needs killing, big guy? Knowing Rachel's character, Eddie, I believe it's because they saved her from some very nasty circumstances. Vampires? Werewolf? Vampires. And this one's fun. Knowing Kevin, they were in the same mental asylum together. Ren honestly thought it was just a weird sex thing, but then he found out that people are here to get better and thought to himself, that's not for me. I'm not gonna get better. Goodbye.
And just bailed. I love that. All right, Rachel, tell us, is it Eddie or Edie?
Edie.
Edie.
Short for Edith, but don't ever call her that. So Edie, easiest one to start with, is Kevin, is Edie's little brother. And she's playing the Crooked. Kevin doesn't know the specifics of her criminal past and thinks that Edie works at a museum as a curator. And speaking of her actual job, when she was on one, she was hired to break into a place to look into like a vault or some sort of, it was a little like cloak and dagger, and she got in there, and it turns out she was hired by a vampire because he wanted a snack. And Ren luckily showed up just in time. It was her first interaction with anything supernatural, and she got hit with a 2-for-1, trying to be eaten by a vampire, and then Ren saved her ass from it. And then she met Marcus when he was clocked her hot wiring an expensive car because she was getting away from something supernatural that was chasing her. And there was a high-speed chase, and used his magic to help them get away during the high-speed getaway from some scary supernatural creature, and the very opposite personalities. And I think, and I'm sure that car ride was probably very entertaining if anybody was watching them go like 90 miles an hour down a city street and just like yelling at each other.
Turn that racket down. I can't concentrate.
I drive better with music.
I don't drive with my ears, I drive with my eyes.
I'm not 85.
Oh, I'm so
All right,
excited.
Kujo.
Yes. So Marcus, as previously mentioned, has an interesting sort of comrade in arms relationship with Ren, where from time to time their interests might align enough that they work together. For Edie, yes, assisted with the carjacking, mainly because I just needed a ride. But sure, I suppose I can help you escape from some monsters. And for Kevin, there's a forum that people post about conspiracy theories and whatnot. Just because I wanted to entertain myself, I decided to post a little thing, and unfortunately, Kevin saw it, became obsessed with me, and wanted to meet in real life. We did, and he was annoying. But as I left, he got hit by a bus, and I thought he died before I was magically teleported away. Many things happened, but as far as I'm concerned, Kevin is probably dead. That bus was just perfectly in his center of gravity.
Yeah, you guys met. Oh, sorry, my mute thing does weird
Oh.
stuff. You guys met. Sometimes my mute gets off because I have a hotkey, so I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, sorry, you guys met. There was no spark, and you had to split ways.
Yeah, it was really just a parasocial relationship.
Right.
Jake,
Sure.
tell us about Kevin.
Oh, Kevin, he knows all these other guys for all these various sorts of things. He was biking across country in the middle of summer, and that's what ended him up in their asylum with Ren. So, well, what are you gonna do? And then, he tracked down Marcus, and that was real cool. We had a real good time hanging out, but he forgot his wallet in the restaurant. I went back to get it, and then I got hit by a bus, dragged 2 blocks underneath it, but that was okay because I ended up right outside the hospital. So that was pretty good. Just 3-4 months in the hospital after that, though. Fine. And then, Edie's my big old sister. She here, she took care of me when we were little. Mom was crazy, dad was gone. So everything's been fun since then.
Love that. And Edie's been gone for 6 years, you said? Came back for the
5 or 6
funeral.
years. Mhm.
Yeah.
Came back for Mom's funeral, but hasn't been back since.
All right. Well, I think that gives us a good idea of who everybody is. Are you guys ready to get into this mystery?
Yes.
All right, let's heckin' do it. Our story begins in the early evening on a late summer's day in 1996. The sky begins to turn red and orange as the heat of the day lingers in the air. People bustle around in the small city of Piney, Arkansas, located just outside of Hot Springs National Park. Greasy foods, smells waft from the local diner, the Silver Spoon. Cars drive cautiously down the main street as people try to finish their errands for the day. But something else lingers in the air. Is it fear, the smell of fresh blood, or is it simply fate weaving its magic? Join me as we enter into the heat of the springs. Ooh. So it is an early evening on a late summer's day, and Marcus, you have requested some books from the local bookstore, Rough Draft, which is also a brewery, and you have been told that they are available for you to pick up if you'd care to.
Yes, of course. I would, Marcus would present himself wearing some older clothing. It is a hot summer's day, but somehow wearing a shirt, vest, bow tie, overcoat, he is not sweating. He will approach the person at the counter. Yes, I'm here to pick up my books.
You see a middle-aged woman, curly brown hair. She was the one that you requested the books from, and she had a lovely personality, was very interested in these things that you were looking into. Her name was Lola, and she is a bartender as well as the person who rings people up for these books, worker at this establishment. She recognizes you as you walk in, and she says, "Oh, it's just lovely to see you again, Mr. Marcus. I do have those books available for you if you're ready for them."
Yes, of course. How much do I owe you?
Oh, they're just about $40. We can round up.
Dollars.
Well, you wanted 3 of them, so I just wanted to make sure. These are quite interesting books that you've been requesting here. What about are you researching while you're in town?
Oh, just local sightseeing, that sort of thing. These aren't going to have any beer stains on the pages, are they?
Oh no, of course they're fresh. I mean new.
Right. Here's 40, and he like begrudgingly slides the cash across.
Oh, thank you. If you have any interest in the hot springs, I do know a thing or two about. I've been living here my whole life, and people find it quite fascinating, especially out of towners.
Sure. Regale me.
Well, there's quite a few local superstitions about them, like they're portals to the Fey world, or something such. But most people find that they will repel creatures of darkness. They think we're protected here because they're so smelly or something.
Well, all of that hogwash about superstitions, monsters, and Fey realms, and he's like gathering the books as he says this. All of it is hogwash. Don't pay it any mind.
Oh, I just think it's fun. You don't find that stuff interesting?
He just, I'll run this.
Well, since you're here, would you like a brew from the brewery?
If you have tea, I will enjoy a little tea.
I have bag tea or sweet tea.
Yes. I will have a bag tea, please.
Right, we have a black or green.
Such a variety. I will have a cup of black bag tea, please.
Wonderful. Let me get that water boiling for you.
He'll do like the fake and like go and find a table and just start.
You start cracking over these books. There's a lot of surveys from the hot springs, different this is more geological stuff, history of the population and the flora and fauna of the area, things that you find fascinating, I'm sure.
Yes, I do find this fascinating. Thank you, narrator.
You're welcome. And she'll bring you out it is a coffee mug with a tea bag, and she puts the tea bag in there for you. Or no, she doesn't. She gives you the tea bag in its little container still, and then she'll walk away for a moment and come back with a appetizer sized plate to put it next to your so you can put the tea bag on there if you want it. No spoon. Just the
Delightful.
So you're from out of town, right? I mean, from the accent.
Yes, visiting from London.
That's fun. Did you just arrive?
I suppose, yes, within the last few hours.
Oh, well, that's quite. Where are you staying?
There's a hole in the wall, the Best Western. It satisfies my needs.
Oh, a wonderful spot, I'm sure. Well, if there's anything else you need, you can Just holla. Lola.
Delightful. And he just continues, goes right back to his book.
She dejectedly walks away.
Oh, playing a grumpy old man's hard.
I know, I
No,
love
you're
it.
crushing it.
I love it. Yeah. It starts getting a little rowdy in here as far as it being a brewery. People are drinking the local brews as well as a lot of Natty Lights and Bud Lights and all that sort of fun stuff.
The moment it starts like getting a little loud, he
Mhm.
just picks up the books. He has not touched the tea.
I can't
He'll
imagine.
He'll leave like $1 on the table as a tip,
Yeah.
and he'll just carry the books out.
Yeah.
Start searching for a quiet spot to read.
Yeah, you make your way out the door and you kind of get shoulder checked a little bit. But we'll get back to that. RJ, you find yourself outside of the local supermarket. What is Ren's favorite snack? Human snack.
It is most definitely buttered popcorn.
Like pop it in the microwave yourself, popcorn?
No, it's like the stale movie theater kind of popcorn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you just came from the movie theater. You paid for a ticket, did not go to see the movie, just got a bucket of popcorn and walked out with it?
Mm-hmm.
I assume? Okay. Yeah, you start making your way down the street and you see a very old woman. She is carrying 2 large bags in her hands. And as she sees you, she makes eye contact with you and says, "Oh, young man, excuse me."
Stops in the middle of the street, looks left, looks right, points to himself.
"Yes, could you help me with my bags, please? I just need to take them to my car and they're quite heavy."
I've got nothing better to do.
Hmm.
He'll throw the popcorn over his shoulder, completely missing a trash can, and
Mhm.
walk on over and offer some help.
Yeah. You take the bags. One is quite heavy. The other one seems to be filled with a lot of baubles and toys. And she takes she places her hand in your arm as you are carrying these, and she starts leading you away from the supermarket. And she said, "Oh, it's so lovely of you to do this for me. I just couldn't imagine you. I've gotten a new puppy recently. You see,
Mm-hmm.
I found him on the road when I was coming down from town, and
that's
I
so
just
sad.
yes, well, it was very nice. He's a very good puppy so far, and you know how puppies can be. So
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that he's spoiled but well trained. You know how dogs can be around here, especially unleashed ones."
You should really leash your dog when you're walking them, regardless of training, just for the safety of everyone else.
Oh, yes, but with all the farmland close by, people just let their dogs out on their property, and sometimes when you're walking by, you have to make sure that your dog is contained while their dogs are contained, and electric fences aren't a thing yet, so...
And no one's afraid of those dogs going missing?
Oh, well, they do, but most dogs around here are working dogs, so they find themselves in a scrap from time to time, but there's nothing big here that could take them unless you go further north. You know, there are some said to be bears in those woods, and no
Oh.
big cats since the 20s, but you know. And she just starts talking your ear off, and she is out. You've left the parking lot to the grocery store, and she is walking you into town. And she's just, "Oh, it's just over here." It's just a lot farther than it should be.
How far away did you say your car was gonna be?
"Oh, I just parked in front of the diner and I walked around."
From my limited knowledge of Piney, Arkansas, how far is the diner from here?
It's the town square is the center of town. The diner is at the north side, and the grocery store is a block south of the square. So she is leading you to the square, will lead you past the square, and to the diner.
In my history, I forgot to mention, Edie is essentially the person that Ren goes to for human mortal advice. As Ren is walking, he pulls out like a flip Nokia phone and begins to type in, hey, in like just all in shorthand, hey, helping old lady, should I just teleport her to her car and risk losing her in the void? Question mark.
You immediately get back. Absolutely not.
Just
put the
walk.
groceries in the car. Just walk.
Okay.
Don't
All
give an
right.
old lady a heart attack.
All right. You continue to walk. Very slowly, might I add. This woman is not very fast. And we'll skip away to Kevin. Kevin, you just finished the dinner rush at the
All right.
Silver Spoon. You're taking the trash out and having a little smoke break, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I'll spark one up, and I'll just do like a Slavic style squat and just kind of.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Yeah. You hear a little shuffling you're kind of on the side of the building, and you see one of your friends coming down. It is Randall, who works at the kiosk that develops photos. And he kind of comes shuffling over as he knows if he can't find you inside, it's actually probably easier to go out back and then go into the kitchen proper.
All right.
And he kind of runs up to you and says, "Oh, hey, Kevin, you done with dinner rush?"
Randy, yeah, just finished up. Wouldn't be out here if I weren't.
Well, good. I've developed those photos for you, but like I said, I can zoom in on the photos, but they do not enhance the image at all. It is a lot of blurry pictures here.
Well, I think maybe if you had like a different sort of technology, you might be able to do it a little better. But hey, we'll see.
The kiosk has what the kiosk has. I don't know what you want from me. I didn't make the place.
Well, did you write to corporate like we talked about?
I did, but I'm a podunk town. I have one building that barely has a fan in it, and they got to keep everything dark for the development, and it's not my place to be talking to corporate, Makes me anxious.
Well, let me see what you got.
Okay, and he pulls out the photos that, what do these photos look like? You tell me.
All right, yeah. So we were hanging out in the woods the other night, and I had my camera with me, and there were definitely some orbs floating around. I've been off caffeine now for 3 weeks. I'm trying to be able to astral project better, but I hear that if you got the orbs around, well, you'll be able to do it a lot better. So we were trying to find a heavy concentration, and yep, you can see right here, this little tiny dot here. This was the one I was telling you about.
That looks like a smudge on the lens, Kevin.
What are you talking about? And I pull out my camera, and there's a smudge on the lens, and I'm like, nah, couldn't be.
Well, I don't mind doing this for you, as you are a friend. We've known each other for a long time, but just if you get something that's like a little bit better, I will try and make it as clear as I possibly can. Maybe I might be able to take some glass and sort of manipulate it so that the image distorts with it. That might take a lot of work.
I bet you can do it. Anyway, why don't you come inside? I'll cook you up a burger.
All right.
All right.
Oh, actually, no, I can't. No, I got to develop those photos for Mrs. Finley. She dropped off a bunch of stuff this afternoon. About two of those, the ones where you hit it and crank it.
Sure, yeah.
I got to get those to her tomorrow morning, so I should probably go do that. But maybe some fries.
Hey, you know what? I'm off shift in 3 hours. I can come drop them off then.
Oh, perfect. All right. And he turns to go. Rachel.
All right. See you later, Randy.
You have found yourself back in town. Driving in, you passed a pretty gnarly accident, so it took a long time to get down here from the north. But you have found yourself in your hometown back in the main square. What are you looking to do? You gonna go right to see your brother where you know he works all the time?
Yeah, that's probably where her first stop would be after having a minor existential crisis from being back home after.
Yeah.
like parks at the back of the parking lot and it's just like, okay, I can be here. I can be here. I can be here.
All right, you make your way around to you're making your way to the front, and you see Randall walking out, and Kevin, as Randall's walking away, says, "Edie, is that you?"
What?
Yep.
My God, I have it, Kevin. Did you know
What?
Edie was coming to town?
No, wait, what? I'll come run around the corner.
There she is, your sister.
Hi, baby
Wait.
brother.
Hey, as I live and breathe, Edie, it's you. I'll run over, I'll pick you up, give you a big hug, swirl you around. Say, dang, you look prettier than a mamacita at a salsa dance.
You have not changed at all. Neither has town.
Well, no, it's nice. Why would they change it?
Just didn't. I figured we'd have a Walmart by now.
Well, they were talking about putting one in, but I think Kmart ended up buying them out. So, how's Boston?
It's big, it's loud,
Sure.
works
Yep.
good.
Good. The museum, they got lots of things that need curing, right? Like leather and stuff.
Yeah, that's not what I do, babe.
No?
No.
You're a curator.
Yeah, designing art exhibits and, procuring
Oh.
things for shows and
Well, everybody in town thinks you make leather. Well,
why is that?
that's because I told everybody in town that you make leather.
Definitely don't make leather.
Well, all right. Well, come on in. We'll get you something cooking up. What do you feel like having?
I would love some fries.
Oh yeah, you want a milkshake, chocolate?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
All right, you guys start making your way in. RJ, you are walking this older lady. She is very chatty, and she is telling you all about her new puppy and how good he is and all this sort of thing. And you feel your shoulder make contact with somebody. As Marcus, you have run into Ren outside. Well, Ren has run into you outside of the bookstore.
Oh, I swear. This damn country. Oh.
Marcus, my favorite meat bag.
We need to talk about your terms of endearment. And he'll just start picking up the books that he dropped.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forget your age. My favorite jerky bag.
What shenanigans are you getting up to here?
Well, I was at the movie theaters. I'm helping this nice young lady to her car. And after this, I was thinking about hitting up the hot springs.
Delightful. And he'll try to walk past.
Hello, she reaches her
this
hand
is
up.
Doris. She has a new puppy. Come talk with us, please.
You can call me Mrs. Finley. It's wonderful to meet you.
I have a feeling you're going to speak whether I say anything or not, but it's wonderful to see you as well.
Oh, I love your accent. My husband served in World War II with a battalion from England. They were wonderful.
They were at the beaches of Normandy.
Yes.
Riveting.
She's told me that story 4 times in the last 3 minutes. Don't ask me how it's possible.
He'll begrudgingly
Mhm.
walk with them,
Mhm.
still holding the books like I should be reading these. I had business to attend to.
Oh. So you're in town for business.
Not that kind. Maybe, I don't know. I came to research, and I haven't been able to research between the horrible tea and the debris.
Oh, did you get black or green?
Black.
You should have went with the oolong. It's right underneath the desk.
They have Lola.
Oh, Lola's so wonderful. She helps me find all of the crossword books that I'd like. Oh, this is my car right here. And she kind of goes up and she shakily puts her key in the door and
She,
opens
keeps
the door.
missing the
Yeah.
lock.
This woman
Opens
still
the door.
drives.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sure does.
Impressive.
Hey,
She-
anybody could drive at 1 mile an hour, Jake.
You're right.
She opens the boot. You guys load everything inside. You close it, and she says, "Oh, thank you very much, young man." And she like touches your face, Ren. She doesn't know what non-binary people are yet, and she just, "Thank you, and it's lovely to meet you, sir. Cheerio!" And she like goes back to her car. As you close the lid, Marcus, you see someone you haven't seen in a long time as Kevin is going into the diner with someone else you haven't seen in a long time, Edie.
One of them is supposed to be dead. And he'll just like
Hmm?
power walk to still carrying his books, but power walking towards the diner. Clearly something's afoot.
I have seen this look before. It is a man on a mission. I will tap the hood twice to usher doors away and like jog after Marcus.
She peels out. No, it's just very slow.
Just a burnout.
Doris doing
Speed
donuts
racer
in the parking lot.
Doris. Yeah, Doris is the speed racer. She just hits the gas.
Uh-huh.
Doris has a fucking low rider.
Doris, you old owl cat.
Just blasting Megadeth.
And it has to be low rider. Did you hear the
Oh, that's
trumpets?
fair. No, it was out of my head.
For the first time in 20 years.
No, this
It's
curse
been
is perpetual.
84 years.
Marcus, you, as Kevin and Edie, you make your way to the diner seating at the front. The door bursts open, and you kind of are startled by a being moving in at a very quick pace. Marcus.
Marcus immediately approaches and starts like poking Kevin, just like making sure he's real.
What?
What is
Marcus, what is
What are
the
you doing? What?
You were-
Marcus?
You were hit by a bus last night.
Well-
Yeah.
I got better.
You got back. I
Yeah.
saw you get swept away right before I left the area.
Well, I got caught in the suspension on my overalls, and it just dragged me right. You know, I had some pretty bad. Well, I did break both my legs, and I had pretty bad road rash. And but the nurses at the hospital were real nice. Oh, wait! And I'll run in the back, and I'll come back with your wallet from back in the day. I still got this for you.
Oh, I was wondering where that went. Thank you. He adds it to his like 4 different wallets with 4 different names and contact information. Thank you. And yes, Edith, it's wonderful to see you again.
Can we back up a minute? You got hit by a bus?
Well, oh yeah. What? I didn't tell you about that.
We talk at least once a week, and you just skipped over the getting hit by a bus and the recovery portion of said incident.
Well, do you remember Marianne? I was talking about her for a little while there. She was the nurse at the hospital. Turns out that you know, she's married.
Some girl
and
you were
everything.
dating.
No, she's just a nurse. That's why I told you she was bringing me like meals and stuff. I thought you'd figure it out.
But God, you left out a few context clues there.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe. It's good to see you though.
Edith, are you still being harried by the, you know?
No.
Oh, well, wonderful. What are you doing here, of all places?
This is my little brother.
Hey,
I'm
You know
from here.
24601?
what?
Your
How did-
patient number.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna rein this in for a minute. Why don't we get a table instead
Sorry,
of standing here in the entrance and like people are starting to stare. This is a small town.
All right, Sydney. I'm going on break again.
You hear a kerfuffle from the kitchen as Connor Shaw, the executive chef of the diner, like goes into the window, looks at you, narrows his eyes,
I point at Edie.
eyes go wide, and he goes, "Oh, hi, Edie."
My fault. Sorry.
10 minutes.
All right.
15.
15.
25.
15!
All right.
Gotta
Guys-
know when to quit, little brother.
Go she.
You guys slide into a booth.
Mm-hmm. How do you remember my patient number?
I remember a lot of things all at once.
That is impressive. You know, they never did figure out how you got out of there.
Let's keep it that way.
Well, I mean, you just, I thought you were probably just a hallucination, but here you are in the flesh.
I mean, I could be if you want me to, though, track records and the like. Edie, long time no see.
It's been a while. Okay, we're gonna back up.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, Ran, know my little brother?
I was staying at the local mental asylum, thinking it was some weird thing. Met Kevin,
Yeah.
who informed me of what the experience actually was. Thought to myself, I don't want to get better, so I left.
Okay, I'm gonna skip over the fact that you didn't tell me you were also in a mental asylum. And Marcus, you know my little brother how?
Oh, I was fooling around with the new device, computer. There was a conversation about some conspiracies, and I decided to put my 2 cents in, and turns out your brother was reading that and sort of arranged for a conversation. I thought I was meeting a colleague. Turns out
Well,
it
you
was-
were. Well, a friend, really.
Oh,
Right.
Okay, so similar interests. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
So he's not in our line of work.
Oh.
Well, no, I don't work in Eddie Museum. I work here at the diner.
Oh. Marcus, I'm gonna make you some tea. And
Please make sure it's good tea.
Oh, that's fine. I'm going to use one of my powers, which is what I need when I need it. I will summon a bag of dried Darjeeling? Darjeeling? Darjeeling, and ask to use the hot water tap.
Oh, I'll get that for you.
Oh no, please, you have to catch up with your sister, who's a curator at a museum.
Yeah, I just found that out.
When were you the curator? Was it before or after the car incident?
Before and still now.
Yeah, she's the curator at the Bostonian Museum of Fine Arts.
In the distance. Ha!
Darling, when you're thinking of a cover, use something more easy to pick.
All right.
Something quick.
Anyway.
Cover for like a book? You writing a book?
Yep.
Wow, that's exciting.
Right.
Uh-huh. This is a really fun reunion. What are you two doing here?
I was just investigating some art pieces that
Mhm.
might be in the area, and I just took it upon myself to begin surveying the art.
Research phase.
Yes.
Okay.
Edie, did you know Marcus is a magician? He does magic.
I did know that. Yeah, I've seen some of those tricks up close and personal.
Mm-hmm.
Sparkly.
Well, like I was thinking like card stuff, but
Oh yeah.
No, I am quite good with sleight of hand.
Close up magic, yeah.
Yes, right. So, Edith, what brings you to town?
This is my hometown. I was coming home to see my little brother and spend some time here.
Right. Oh, well, you might want to be a little careful. The superstitions and whatnot, the area, specifically around the springs, I hear. So just step lightly.
There is a clink as a fine porcelain teacup that does not belong to the diner is placed in front of Marcus. Some water and tea leaves put in. Well, the tea is poured.
Thank you.
Well, it ain't sweet tea, but it smells nice.
Would you like a cup?
No, I'm okay. I'm gonna make some milkshakes actually.
Ooh,
All right.
can I
Well,
have
why don't
one?
you guys? Oh yeah, of course. What do you like? Chocolate or vanilla?
You know what? I'm feeling a little fun. Let's do some chocolate.
All right, chocolate it is. Marcus, you want nothing?
I'm good without ice cream.
Ice cream's not a milkshake. They're different.
Fundamentally, yes, they are different.
Everybody love a milkshake.
I'm quite satisfied with my Darjeeling, thank you.
All right. Now maybe I'll just make you one for fun. And I head off to go make some milkshakes and French fries.
If you were wondering, I'm here because the hot springs are very nice.
Are they actually very nice? Or are y'all investigating something?
Oh, we're not working together.
No,
Oh.
we've actually bumped into each other on the street. I'm actually here to relax.
Oh. But you're investigating something?
I'm sort of researching rumors. There's a possible Fey portal somewhere near the hot springs.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. So there's not like something like big and nasty hanging out here. I'm sorry. I saw you two and I got a little panicked. It's like Kevin suspects, but doesn't like know for sure. And I'm trying to keep him as far away from that as possible.
Hence your Bostonian position.
Look, I do what I do.
You do that. Right.
I don't really do that anymore. Very often.
When did you get
Zero
unfun?
judgment.
Oh, I'm still fun. I just don't, I've got more than what I need, so I only, I don't do only big jobs and only for funsies and only to, prove my arch nemesis wrong.
Spite, I love it. Yes.
Yeah,
As you do.
I steal out of spite now. Just when I hear he's working on something, I'll just go snake in there before he gets, just to piss him off. But I don't really need to anymore.
Well, call me up for one of your escapades. I'm bored.
Okay, that sounds
Don't
like fun.
call me. With all due respect.
But what if it's magical in nature?
Yeah, we got him.
Maybe.
While you ponder that, Kevin, you're in the back making up
All
some
right.
making up some milkshakes. You got
Yep.
the blender going, and you don't hear the back door open, but you do feel a body run into you as a very disheveled man walks in, and he kind of fumbles his way out from the back kitchen to the front bar, where he fumbles with the gun that has like all of the flavors on it, the
Sure.
the
Soda
pop gun. Yeah, the soda
Pop
gun.
gun. Sure. Of
And
course. Down here, pop gun.
Yeah, you guys see outside while you're sitting there, you see this gentleman bust out of the kitchen, take the soda gun, and start like pouring water into his mouth. He seems to be dressed in hiking gear, and you guys can tell he's quite panicked. And as he like finishes drinking this, he kind of like looks around and he's like, I've seen the Black Death. It's not coming for me. It's not. Ah! And he kind of just like stands there and starts to rage a little bit, like something's bothering him.
Marcus
What would you guys like to do?
slowly closes his book. Well,
Should I get this one?
I think it would be best.
Do I recognize this person? Is this somebody that like I would know from town?
No.
No. Okay.
Looks
Just
to be
a
an
rando.
out-of-towner. Yeah.
I'm gonna use my move, Soothe. When you talk to someone for a few seconds in a quiet voice, you can calm them down, blocking any panic, anger, or other negative emotions they have. This works even if the thing is tracking them out. Oh, wait, no. Is freaking them out is still present, as long as your voice can be heard. And it is Ren standing up, putting a gentle hand on their shoulder. You need to calm down, bud.
he kind of looks at you, looks around. You can see that the waitress has been like has her tray up against herself and is a little bit freaked out about what's going on here.
You're acting a little crazy banana pants right now.
He kind of like takes a breath, takes a second, and he like looks at you and he puts a hand on your shoulder and says,
I remove the hand from my shoulder. Do not.
I've been running for 10 miles. I will not face death today. And that's where we're gonna go on break.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Milkshakes.
I got milkshakes.
Yeah, well, we're getting into the mystery proper. I know it's a little bit early. I guess normally we stream at 8, not at 8:30. But we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So go to a place, unless it is to grab a drink, grab food, grab a friend, or do a stretch. We like to do stretches on this channel. So let's stretch your legs. Do some, like, put your knees up to your chest as much as possible. Stretch out your calves a little bit. And we'll be back in a bit. Bye!
Ah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, crazy man has ran in and gotten talking about the Black Death. What are you guys gonna do with this gentleman? Everyone seems to be at a kerfuffle. Everyone in the diner is quite concerned about what's going on.
So, when you say the Black Death, do you mean guy with a scythe, bubonic plague?
He seems
Smoke monster.
Just a man in a hoodie.
He seems very out of breath, as he just has run 10 miles. And he kind of like slides into one of the stools on the bar of the diner. And he like runs his hands through his hair and like realizes he doesn't have his backpack, and he's like, oh, puts his hands in his head and he's like, I don't know what it was. It was a big black dog with red eyes, and it screamed at me, and I just started running, and I couldn't stop running.
One of the government dog soldiers. Sure. Yep.
What?
Turning to Marcus, I was gonna go with grim, but alright, sure, why not?
He says grim fairy tale. He'll pull a very small leather book and just open it and flip through to an empty page and just immediately start writing down any details that he gets from this guy.
So when you were out there, wherever you were, where were you?
I was in the forest. I was hiking north of the springs, and I was on one of the lesser known trails, and I don't know. I heard something, and I stopped, and I looked, and it had to be 10 feet tall. Maybe it was a bear. I don't know. I swear it had red eyes.
Be a little bit more specific with me. What exactly did you hear before you saw this vestige of death?
I just heard movement in the brush. It was something big, obviously, with the footfalls. There's bears here, right? It must have just been a bear. It's a big bear.
Sure.
Not a bear.
Prior to that, did you hear anything like fanfare or horns or
What do you
Helicopter.
helicopter?
No, it was quiet. It was the forest.
Cool.
Like extra
Good.
quiet, like no bugs or nothing. Like super quiet.
I mean,
What's
yeah,
your name, fella?
I'm Andy.
All right, Andy. Very nice to meet you. Yeah, like how quiet? Like
I mean, I guess the birds stopped for a bit, but I thought that was just, a lull in the song.
You don't have the accent as everyone else here. I mean, you're not from this town.
No, I'm from Michigan. I was just vacationing down here. My family is. I mean, they're back at the campsite. I guess I decided to go for a walk myself this afternoon.
And this lesser known trail, I assume perhaps you may have just heard of it in passing, or?
No, it's on the maps. It's just not. It's one of the longer ones, so people don't usually go on it.
And what is the name of this trail?
Hold on, Kujo. Let me look up what the name of the trail is.
Breaking the fourth wall. Okay, LB.
That was literally going to be my next thing. Is I was assuming that this diner had like, you know, like when you're in like a touristy town where they've got like the little like kiosk of brochures of things.
Yeah.
You can do. I was just gonna go grab a trail map from there and have him like circle the one.
Yeah.
So.
It's in the.
You have to name it eventually.
Yeah, right. You're right. It's not in the Hot Springs National Park because it is quite small. It's in the Lake Ouachita State Park, which is just north of Hot Springs, and it is called God, these are all Native American names, and I'm sorry. We'll call it the Star Portal. It goes to a nice little waterfall.
Star Portal?
Yeah, I've been up that way. It's nice there.
Yeah, it was really nice until it wasn't nice. God, I can still hear that scream ringing in my head.
Well, you did good.
Yeah, where's your family? You
They're at the
were still at
campground.
camp?
Yeah.
All right.
Shit, I'm gonna have to walk all the way back up there. I'm sure I can find a bus or something. And as he says that, you guys see a cop car pull out front as this disruption has called the attention of the local authorities. Someone called. And you
Is that
see
Connor?
it's Tact. Tact Hailstorm. Chief of Police closes the door and begins to walk inside. He notices that the disruption seems to have calmed down, and he kind of, to the room, says, "Now, what's going on in here? I heard there was a disturbance, a man that's gone crazy."
Ren points.
Wasn't me.
It was just a bit of a heat situation. He's fine. Just got lost on a trail.
Oh, well, that happens. All right, sir, are you feeling all right? And he kind of like opens up his eyes a little bit and gets a good look at this gentleman. And as he's doing that, Jake, you have a move at the beginning of a mystery.
I do.
If you want to go ahead and make the first roll of the game. No pressure.
All right. No, I'm going to go for it.
This is
All
called
right.
Connect the Dots. Oh my god, Jay.
I'm going to use a luck point.
Okay. That's a good move. That's a great move.
I'd like to do a thing well, so we'll just click that one there off. And yeah, well, you know, because I know that the chief of police is actually, you know, his wife has been replaced by an android. So, you know, there's that going on over there. But more importantly is whatever's at hand here. So I can ask some questions, right?
Yeah,
Hold
you
some for
can.
later.
Yeah, you got a 10 plus, so when you use luck, it turns into an automatic 12. On a 10 plus, you hold 3, and you got some questions on this list. You can ask pretty much anything. Like, you don't have to stick to these questions specifically, but if something more specific comes up later, you could definitely ask me that.
All right. Well, you know, I think I'm going to jump right into it, and I'm going to say, when and where will the next critical event occur?
Ooh, good question. Okay. You start thinking about this situation. You start running through the possibilities in your head as far as what this thing could be. A Grim, a hellhound, the Wolf Man of Michigan, you know, all of these different
Andy's
Black
the
Shuck,
monster.
yeah, exact. Andy might be the monster himself. But as you are thinking about this, you know that the woods to the north are quite well traveled. If there was something there, it would be pretty easily found. Whatever it is probably on the move. And as you've been talking and as you had conversation with your sister a little bit, she said something about an accident coming into town. I'm just going to say that you said this, Edie. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
And with your connecting the dots, where she said the accident was further north, but along the same general way as this point is. So if that was point number 1 on your red dot board, that's string number 1, this is string number 2. It seems that this creature is moving towards town, whatever it is.
South. All right, I know trigonometry.
Mm-hmm.
We can get it. All right, cool. All right, I put my hand on the chief of police's shoulder and I say, I got this.
He kind of looks at you, and then he looks past you and says, Edith, what are you doing back in town?
Well, I'm from here.
Well, keep yourself out of trouble. Kevin, I think that I think that I should take this man to the hospital. Don't you?
Sure. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, I meant that I'd take care of looking for, the government dog soldiers. I got that under control. Just giving you a heads up. I know you asked me to stop talking on the police lines and the broadcast system, and I did mostly. So I'm just letting you know because we're face to face, and this is a good time to let you know. And your wife's looking great.
He's like, he kind of is like in this, oh my god, he needs to stop talking, and then you talk about his wife and it kind of throws him off a little bit, and he's like, thank you, sir, let's get you up and we're gonna take you to the hospital just to get you checked out. You seem like you're a bit dehydrated, and we'll find out what happened to you. And the guy's like, no, I need to call my family, they're up at the campground, and kind of ushers this man out of the building.
All right. I run up to the table with everybody at it. You guys liking them milkshakes?
It's perfect.
I haven't taken, but thank you anyway.
All right. Hey, well, look, we got to get out of here. We got to go look at this stuff. All right. There's some sort of big old bear type creature with red eyes. We got to go check it out.
This sounds like there are hunters that could look into that sort of thing.
Oh, come
I'm sure.
Marcus,
Come
can
on.
we
Big game hunters. Big game hunter. He means big game hunters.
That's right.
Marcus, can we speak privately, please?
Yes. Give me just a moment, you two.
Ren will walk past Edie and tap her shoulder, whispering, I will fill you in later.
What'd he say? I say
Indigestion. Buddy
someone
sister
to
for the
rub my
bathroom.
tummy.
All right.
Lactose intolerant.
Sure. Well, should have had that milkshake then, shouldn't he?
I mean, could you resist if you were lactose intolerant?
I could not. That'd be just an absolute horror in my daily life.
To the back area where the restrooms are for hushed conversation. So, this might be a special interest case for me, considering the terms death were involved and there was a very loud noise. Might be a herald of the apocalypse.
Oh, we don't have to invoke that necessarily. I mean, it could be anything. It could just be a bear or bugger.
Tell you what, help me out on this, and if we kill the monster, you can harvest it for whatever reagents you need.
Perhaps. Let's not resort to doling out death.
But it's
so
the
quickly.
easiest thing to do.
You're quite right. In his hand, he's going to manifest a little bit of cold energy. You're quite right. It is always the easiest thing to do. But we don't do that if we don't need to. collapse the energy into his palm.
Fine. Fine.
You want to work together? You follow the rules. Or at least as best you can.
I will do things your way for once.
Thank you. It's a rare occurrence.
Both of them straighten their lapels at the same time and walk back to the table. Baby girl.
A lot of strays around.
Sorry, someone's shooting off fireworks.
Oh. Poor puppies.
So, Edie, this might be a special interest case for myself. I might want to go up there and investigate.
I'll come.
Looking panically to Edie, looking over to Kevin.
Looking
Well,
over to
okay.
Edie.
Fine.
All right.
Hey.
Like-
He-
I run into the kitchen. I grab my backpack that has all of my stuff in it. I come back out. I got a hat on now.
As Kevin runs the back, he just goes, Edith, I literally watched him get hit by a bus.
First sign of trouble, I will grab Kevin and we will bamf out of there.
That's all I ask. I can take it. It can be my responsibility to keep him safe, but I don't. I know my brother. There's no way we are getting out of here without him. If we want to go look into this, there's absolutely no way. We will think that we have left without him, and he will be in the trunk already. I'm just telling you. There is
Though-
absolutely no way. So we might as well just know where he is. Otherwise, he's just gonna pop up in the middle of the woods and scare the shit out of us.
Scare the shit out of you. I am a difficult scare. But
Oh, okay.
point taken.
No, that
Come
would just
back out.
infuriate you.
Sydney, I quit. I gotta go investigate this.
Whoa.
I'll see you tomorrow
What?
at work.
All
See
right,
you
Kevin, have
tomorrow.
fun.
All right, thank you.
I quit, but see you tomorrow.
Connor
You mean
is yelling in the back, just at nothing.
Prep
Clocking
work's
up.
all done. You got it.
Close it by myself again.
Well, it's only the second time this week. It's Tuesday.
Kevin, if I didn't need you, I swear to Christ.
I can't hear you. I quit.
Yeah, sure you did. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow. All right, I'll walk out. You guys ready?
God damn it. Yes, we should probably prepare somewhat if we're going to be out on the trail.
What do you need? Bug spray? And Ren will, for Kevin's benefit, he's reaching
Could you
into,
at least pretend to pull those out of a bag?
Yeah, it's like it's a messenger bag. He's pulling out like can of bug spray,
Mhm.
bear
Oh, I got
repellent,
that. Yep.
flashlight, weirdly a
Uh-huh.
bucket of popcorn.
Nope.
What's that doing in there? Puts it back.
Marcus is just going to glance inside his coat just to mark, like, okay, incense, herbs. Okay, crystal, got it. He's basically going down the list of things that he would need for some of his spells. Actually, I believe I'm quite ready.
Lovely.
All right. Who's driving?
I can drive.
All right.
My
Is there
Jeep's
room
out
for-
front.
Can you drive, Edith?
Very well, actually.
Mm,
Especially under duress, as you've seen.
mm. Yes, delightful.
You still got the radio in your car?
Yeah.
Yes.
I told you that's how the government listens in on you. You got to pull that thing out of there.
I'm not pulling my radio out of my car. I don't care
I
if they're
actually
listening in.
heard. I heard.
If
a
they were
similar
listening in on me,
story.
I would be in jail already.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think.
You know,
This
I
is-
may have heard a similar story about you. You know, even as I say it, I don't believe it out of my own ears. Mouth. What happened there? Marcus says nothing and gets in the car.
Yeah, you guys make your way out of the diner into. Yes, RJ. Sorry.
I was gonna say, you got an 8-track in here? I have a mixtape.
Just a tape player.
Yeah.
Yes. You throw in a mixtape.
You hit
can
play.
we just stop at the photo kiosk? I got fries for Randall. I told him I would. I look big eyes at Edie.
Fine, it's on the way.
All right.
You guys, what kind of car does Edie drive?
She's got like, I don't know, just her Jeep. I think my parents had a Jeep Grand Cherokee in the 90s. That feels right.
Sounds
Say
good.
she's got a
Hard side,
black
soft
Jeep Grand
side?
Cherokee. Hard side, not a Wrangler.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fair. Okay, cool. I don't know Jeeps. That sounds...
Okay, yeah.
We can put my bicycle in the back.
Enough room
Yeah.
for everybody, and then there's enough room if we need to put somebody's bicycle in there, we can. But
Hell
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, you guys start driving out of town a little bit to the edge of town where the kiosk is, and you make your way to it's a Kodak kiosk, and Randall is inside. He's got his eyes on this machine that's pumping out photos. He has already taken the film out and is developing as you speak.
I brought you
hey!
your fries. Hey, forgot you
Oh.
your fries. I'm off to go investigate some sort of giant wolf creature up in the forest. You want to come?
Boy, looks to Edie. No, you know, I've got to finish up these photos. They're about to print, so yeah. If you need anything else, though,
No. I just brought you these French fries. You asked for them. I said I would.
yeah, no, I appreciate that. They're always
Alright,
good. You do a good seasoning.
Where do you
on
want me to
them.
put them?
Just put them in the drive window, and I'll come
Okay.
get them when my hands are free.
Sure,
don't-
yeah. I
don't
turn
wanna
on my
smudge
flashlight so I can see where to put them. I put them down, then I turn my flashlight back off. All right, have a good one. Shut the door.
All right.
Ruined his photos.
It's all in a big container. In the 90s, they had the ones where you like put it in the machine
Ah.
and it develops itself. He's not in a
I
dark
tried.
room.
Oh,
I
that's a
appreciate.
shame.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Where are you guys going? North?
George?
Trail.
Yeah, I guess we'll swing by the accident on our
Mhm.
way up towards the trail, right?
No, the accident was further north. The trail. is
Further
a
north
little bit-
than the trail.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just go to the we'll just go to the
Okay.
the trail area. I've
Yeah,
got four-wheel drive.
You're just gonna off-road it? Dope.
I mean, there are like it's a national park. There are like ranger
It's
Like,
a state park, but
rides.
yeah.
They're state parks. Okay,
Yeah.
there are state parks. There are like rangers that have there are roads for rangers
Yeah.
and those things. You just take
Yeah.
They
them.
have great suspension. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
If
All right,
if we don't have to hike it, we won't. But if we have to hike it, we
That's
will.
fair. How are you guys going to track this thing? Are you just gonna go north 10 miles and hope, or is anybody going to magic something? Perhaps.
During the car ride, Ren is having a conversation on their cell phone, and he's calling one of his siblings, talking about like, "Hey, did you hear anything about the apocalypse? Did you just fill me in? Like, yeah, no, nothing. Okay, cool."
Nothing to worry
You
about.
like comic books? X-Men Apocalypse? Big fan.
Good to know. I'm more of a uncanny myself.
All right. Well, hey, to each their own. That's what I say.
I say that too.
Game
All right.
Master.
Yeah. It's
would
Dungeon
like-
Mistress, but that's okay.
I apologize, Dungeon Mistress. I would like to attempt
hmm
to see if I can gauge any energies in the area that we are driving through that
Mhm.
might be considered maybe a trail of some kind. that will
Cool,
lead us
yeah.
to the thing.
I dig that. You're gonna use some magic.
I'm gonna use some magic.
Let's
Can I
go.
show him on my map, like where I think it's headed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Might I roll to help Marcus out?
Let's see if he needs it first.
All right. Because I'd also help him out.
Mm-hmm. A monster of the
I'm
week
good with
general.
people. Not
You're
with
driving.
magic. You want me to
Monster-
manipulate someone? I got you.
That-
Generally, it's a one help out, but I usually do up to 2.
All right.
That is a max roll.
Hey, yo! All right.
So with my modifier, that is 14.
Holy shit. So, out of 10 plus, the magic works without issue. Choose your effect. And you are... perhaps observing another place or time to try and... Or, doing one thing beyond human limitations is always a good catch-all. Yeah, what does it look like when you use magic? Are you in... I assume Kevin is in the front seat and Edie's driving. You're in the back seat, yeah. What does it look like?
He's gonna take a little bit of oil in his hands, enough that's like a scented oil, and he murmurs the words to activate like his third eye sight. And when he opens his eyes are completely glazed over white. And I like the idea that his vision, sort of like night vision, whatever, everything normal or mundane is sort of like grayscale a little bit, but then anything arcane or magical in some way comes through as sort of like a colorful aura for him.
Yeah, I dig that. Your vision kind of pushes through this forest as trees are flying past you, and your vision goes up to where this crash site was. And it has now been cleared, but you see a very blurry vision of this sort of creature. It's like outlined in red. It's large, it's hulking, and you see it walking out in the road. You see the car swerve out of the way and sort of clip it on its end, like right on its rump, and that car kind of just flips on its side, and then you kind of, the blur moves and continues, this red being as it moves through. You can see as it's stepping, there are 4 footprints that are left behind, and it flares up and drifts out of sight as you are watching it, and you can kind of follow it in this fast vision as it's moving through the woods. You see it coming upon a person hiking in the woods, and as it does, you can kind of hear a rumbling and feel this, whatever it is doing, this roar that gives out, and you see the human fear in its eyes running as fast as it can, just straight line south, and you can see these footprints again, this being moving through the woods, and as you are kind of getting a better handle of where it was and now where it is, you tell Edie to turn off and take this trail, and you can kind of lead her into the woods. You are going to come in just north of it, as I assume you don't want to come right up on it, probably, and be upwind from it, downwind from it, downwind from it. But you are able to explain to Edie the best course to go. You guys are bumping through the woods.
It didn't give chase, did it?
Didn't seem to. No, it seems to be on a very, not like a straight path as it is moving around in the wilderness, but it does seem to be heading south without break.
Interesting. And he'll like wave off the magic a little bit, and his eyes will slowly return to normal. Apologies. I'm guessing this thing is somewhat territorial, possibly. I'm gathering from our friend's story that after scaring him off, it sort of returned to its predetermined path.
That makes sense to me. It's a good supposition.
Mm-hmm.
We probably can't drive much further.
I would suggest not, and I'd suggest that we move somewhat carefully.
It has gotten quite dark out as the sun has set, and you are in these woods. At night, you hear the wonderful sounds of nature, the birds, the little animals, the bugs that are making noise. It's a clear night, and as you turn off the car, and you can see that the moon is fairly full in the sky. Not quite a full moon, but it is pretty bright as you're walking from the moonlight. It is not super dark, but what is your plan? What are you guys going to do? Try and track it? Try and...
And here I am without my comically large dino steak.
Edie will grab like a backpack of equipment out of equipment, non-suspicious things out of the underneath the passenger seat, throws it over her back and like hooks her keys to like her jeans, and grabs a couple flashlights out of like the back. You know, don't ask why she has so many things to work at night. You don't know.
Well, I got a flashlight too. I mean, we're good to go.
Passes out things if anybody needs something.
He doesn't actually have it, but I'm just thinking, Marcus is like, oh no, please, I came prepared. He pulls out like an old hooded lantern, like tries to light a match, but the breeze keeps like blowing out the fire before he can.
Oh,
Ren leans in with a
Magic's
lighter
in.
and just
yeah.
Oh,
I'll
Just a
spark one up.
torch. It's a torch in the night.
I think I have a pitchfork in here somewhere.
I was just gonna say, I need my full cosplay. Give me the pitchfork, please.
Yeah. All right. You guys
Alright,
start making your way south?
Yeah.
I'm imagining this creature. It's big according to him, right? He's like 10 feet tall. I'm assuming that like there's got to be like some broken branches. Like I'm not like a tracker by any means, but I feel like anybody could follow like a large something through the woods.
Yeah.
If it's been running and breaking stuff.
You use your flashlight and start to look around. Marcus has brought you to a spot where he knows for sure that this thing has been. And as you're looking through the brush, it takes a minute to actually find any trail of this thing, which is odd for a large being of its size. You would know, Edie, that if it is some sort of mythical creature or a magical creature, they can move very easily through, especially if it's like their terrain. So where Kevin, you would expect to see lots of scrapings and broken branches and small trees, it seems to be more subtle in nature. You do find a footprint, and whereas bear prints are probably about this size, this paw is at least 50% bigger than any bear track you've ever seen. But it does seem to be padded.
All right. Well, there's certainly something big going around here, but it looks like it's slipperier than a cat dipped in motor oil. It ain't doing nothing to these here trees, the brush. It's all good.
Leaning over to Marcus, I really adore the colloquialisms.
Does he have a list of them, or does he practice them every day? It's strange.
I'm pretty sure it's just genetic at this point.
Anyway, you see this big old print here? This ain't no bear I seen. I seen bears. Could be a Sasquatch.
How is the paw print? Is it like ursine shaped, lupine shaped?
It is honestly hard to tell. It looks like probably somewhere between a bear, a big cat, and a dog. It seems to be unique.
Huh.
So, you, Marcus, or Ren, you've seen hellhounds. You know what hellhounds look like. They are Doberman shaped, if you will.
And there's no smell of sulfur in the air?
No, this does not seem... You can check that off the list.
Well, it isn't hellhounds. To Kevin, the way you can tell is taps his nose. Sulfur.
Sulfur. Yeah, sure. Well, you get too close to the hot springs, you're going to smell it for sure.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Yeah, it'd be wafting just through the air, right?
Well, nothing else is on fire, though, so...
No, dude. Whatever this was, some sort of shadow monster, I think. Just sneak out. Otherwise, how's something so big gonna make it through these two trees here?
Shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter. All right.
Maybe
So
if we
it was
head up to the...
Andy.
if we head up to the tree lines, maybe these paw prints turn into feet prints.
Could be. I'll lean over to Edie. I'll be like, hey, don't be scared. I know this is pretty wild, but I think we'll be all right.
Yep. I'm sure we'll be fine. We're in smart company.
All right. I hold your hand because I'm kind of scared.
Bless this
Oh.
boy. All right. You guys make your way through this wood, tracking carefully, trying not to make too much noise in the brush. And you find yourself at the edge of a little bit of a clearing. And as you stop to take note of which direction it is going, it's still heading pretty due south at this point. But I would like you guys to, you don't have to do anything because it's not how it kind of functions in this system. But you can see across to the edge of this clearing, there seems to be a shape, and the shape is large and black and quite round. You're probably about, I don't know, a football field away from it. And it seems to be stopping, and it is rubbing itself up against a tree for the moment. And it has not quite caught your scent yet. What do you guys like to do?
I think it's a giant gerbil.
I would like to investigate a mystery, specifically the area that we're in, maybe the trail that we're following, to see if I can get a little bit more info now that we're a little bit closer.
Yeah.
I'd also like to use magic.
Okay. Let's do one then the other. Go ahead and roll to investigate a mystery, please.
That's a 6.
All right. A 6 isn't quite enough. Does somebody want to help him to investigate?
I can help.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you're gonna roll. So basically, the way helping works in this system is you
roll cool.
Roll plus
right?
cool. Yep. If you do a plus 10, you grant them plus 1, no issues, or 10 plus. You plus 1, no issues. On a 7 to 9, your help grants them plus 1, but you also expose yourself to trouble or damage. And on a miss, it's bad.
Hey, good.
Hell yeah.
11.
That's an 11. You
All
how
right.
do you help?
I think Edie, with her extensive knowledge of being quiet and infiltrating, is helping by, like, as Marcus moves a little bit closer while he's trying to, like, get a look at this thing, she, keeps him from, like, grabs him really quick to, like, make sure he doesn't, like, step on a branch, and just kind of, like, moves him, like, a little bit, like, further up, like, closer, while making sure that he doesn't, like, alert this creature while he's trying to get a good look at it.
All right. So investigating a mystery on a 7 to 9, you have a partial success. You get to hold 1. You can ask a question from this list, or you can ask me any question that seems particularly specific to this event.
So, whenever I investigate a mystery, because of my forensic divination, I can ask what magic was done here as a free extra question.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, cool. Was that your first question?
We'll start with that.
Okay. You tap into the magic aura of this place, and as you get the sense of the area that you are currently in, nothing magical seems present here, but as your mind kind of expands and your aura expands with it, you find yourself going back to the spot where Andy ran into this creature. And you hear reverberating in your head a scream that you've never heard before. You've never heard a creature make this sort of sound before. And you can sense that this was some sort of magical effect that this creature could do. It seemed to be what made him turn tail and run more than anything else.
Then my second question, which is my actual question, what sort of creature is it?
Okay. So you have already checked off that this is probably not a hellhound. It seems to be, from what you can see, a bear, cat, dog thing off in the distance. It is large. It has a scream that it uses, and it is, you were told it has red glowing eyes. There are a couple things that you, in your sort of Rolodex of things that this could be, and then you kind of think about it and think about the area that you are in, and you, with the map that you have in your mind of this area that you have done extensive research on already, you can kind of picture that this national park is, or this state park that you are currently in, the distance between here and the most northern spot that it reaches, the name of that spot really kind of sticks in your mind as you think of the town of Ozark. And this creature giving off a scream that would scare somebody off. Perhaps this creature could be something that is known as an Ozark Howler, which, if you don't know, is a large beast known to be, many people have called it a death omen. They know it as a hellcat, many different names to this thing, and it's not quite known what its purpose is, but as far as you're aware, they stick to the area that they live in, and they are usually singular creatures. They don't travel in packs or anything like that, and they usually stick to their spot and protect their area. Basically, they avoid people generally. So the fact that it has passed over a road is uncommon, and the fact that it is traveling so quickly south is also of note.
Interesting. I will relay this to the party quietly.
Fun fact about that might be the Ozark Howler, as he put it, is being driven out of its original territory by something bigger and badder.
That is both comforting and worrying at the same time.
Feels like a problem for another time.
Just shoo it.
No. That
We can't let it get into town. Look at that thing. That's got to be 6-7 feet tall, long. Look at it. Would you just look at it?
I might be able to give a specialist a call to try and rehome it, if we can, or if we take care of the problem that is up. The entire time, Ren is drawing something in the dirt with his foot. It looks like the emblem of a singular plucked feather, and he will encompass it with a circle to cast his magic. I want to do one thing that is beyond human ability, baby. 10.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
I'm going to change it so that we are downwind of the Ozark Howler.
Oh, you were already downwind of it. It's not smelling you.
Oh, okay, we're downwind.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Sorry, I think I said upwind. I meant it can't smell you. You were downwind.
Then could I take that and pick up the communicate with something that you do not share a language with?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
You
gonna
would-
talk to it.
You gonna try to talk to this thing as you
Yeah.
pierce into its mind? Kevin, you've just seen actual magic happen in front of you.
Well, I seen him walk through walls, but I thought that was just a hallucination. Am I okay? Am I okay here?
My older sister has dominance over beasts of the land, and she gives me a little bit of freedom when speaking with them.
Sure, yeah, all right. Well, hey, that's great. Well, I'm not gonna throw up, I promise.
Good for you.
I know, yeah, I can breathe. Ow.
Paper bag into their hands.
Thank you. All right, I'm good. All right, cool. Nope, we processed.
To Marcus, I'm just going to talk with them.
All right.
Hands in pockets, smoking cigarette, walking down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me?
The beast stops moving and it turns very quickly to see you. You guys can see that this thing, It looks, well, I can show you exactly what it looks like as I have a thing for it. It has horns coming from its head. It looks to be...
What?
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah,
Look
it
at
looks...
him.
Oh, he's
Again.
a big old sweetie.
Yeah.
How are you looking?
I want him.
On roll 20, I
it's your
just showed it to
cousin.
everybody.
Oh,
It
Oh.
is, yeah, it has pointed ears like a cat, a more feline structure in its face, horns that move out from its head backwards, and it seems to have a almost bear-like body, and it has a fluffy tail that is behind it. But as it turns, you can see the tail flick and hit the tree with a thud. The glowing red eyes fixing on you as it starts to prowl towards you.
Ren will give a bow to introduce themselves. I was wondering if you would kindly tell me the edge of your territory so I do not intrude upon your space.
Mm-hmm. As he continues to stalk towards you, you can hear a voice in your head, which I cannot do because I can't do deep voices and it makes me sad. But this deep growl from it, and it says, oh yeah, it says, "This is not my space. I am traveling to find my kin."
And the kin you're searching for, would they happen to be a young one?
You guys hear a growl as this thing very aggressively roars, not screams, roars at you. And it's, "My child was taken from me." And Ren, you get a vision as these eyes glow brighter, and you can see this very small, I say small, it's probably about the size of like a medium-sized dog, running around. It has little horns, little red eyes that aren't quite glowing yet. There's still the squished
Smolders,
face.
not embers.
Yeah. Running around in the dark, practicing its roar.
And if I were to tell you that I might be able to return your child to you, would you possibly stop your assault into the town?
It again does the snarl at you and says, "I do not need help from two legs."
Well, you see, that's where you are mistaken. I'm not actually... Well, I am in a two-legged meat suit, but I'm here to help.
You can try to roll to manipulate somebody, if you'd like.
Good, I've got some charm.
A charm boy.
That is an 8.
An 8. It's a partial success. Alright, when you try to manipulate somebody, let's see. On a 7 and 9, they'll do what you want, but only if you do something for them right now that shows that you mean it. If you ask too much of them, they'll tell you what they want of anything, and if they can do it for you. Yeah, you have placed this option in this creature's paw, and he or she says, if you can survive my scream, you can help me. And it lets out a scream.
Oh, no pomp and circumstance. Here we go.
As it roars into the night. I would like everyone to make an act under pressure roll, please.
All right. Was
yeah,
that cool?
okay.
Sorry, I told you!
No, you're totally fine. No, this is a, like, good.
Also, that kind of sounded like the demi-human queen roar from Elden Ring.
It's an 8.
All right.
RJ got a 13.
Oh.
I got a 10.
All right.
I got a 9, a mixed success.
All right. For those of you that got a full success, you avoided the pain of the howl, though you do need to, for a moment, place your hands over your ears, as this roar is not only in this area, it permeates miles around. For those of you that rolled a mixed success, The howl pierces through the hunter and it deals 1 point of harm, and you take a -1 forward as your ears begin to bleed.
Oh,
I take my earplugs out that I had in the car so I couldn't hear the radio. Man, what in the world was that? Woo!
oh.
Ren looks totally unfazed. In fact, he is bobbing his head along with the scream. Ah, you make such beautiful music.
A snort, as it is now about 20 yards away from you guys. If you can find my child before I can, I will leave your town.
Do we shoot it?
Oh yeah, none of you guys are hearing that.
It's a bad plan. That thing is quite large. Unless you hit it in a specific point, I don't believe it will entirely be phased.
All right.
You do realize that your presence in town will cause a commotion and might endanger your child further.
There is a pause, and he or she says, "My child means everything to me, and I will murder all of them to get it. Meat bags, as you put them, are not my concern. They cannot harm my child. They can only take it from me."
That is a very fair assessment. Would you be amenable for a time limit then, if we are not able to procure your child in a fast enough time frame? Then you go in and rampage your way through town.
There is another growl and a, not quite the howl, but a roar from it. It says, "You have until I reach town. Go." And it turns and starts running south.
Okay.
Turns. Well, she's being very uncooperative. Her child has been taken into town, and I think I know who has them.
Oh, I try to take a
Great.
picture. Click as it runs off in the woods, but it's bad. It's a bad picture. It's too late.
Just ushering everybody back to the car.
It'd be a lot faster if I do it.
Oh, well, what the slippery Sam hell was that?
You know, if anybody's going to have intimate knowledge on where this lady is, it's probably going to be Kevin. So if you mean to do what you do to get back to town and bring someone with you,
Well, we got a car right over there.
Oh, Kevin, this will be an experience for you.
We are coming back for my car, though. I'm not losing another one.
I will.
Oh, I lost my car. I don't know where I parked.
Oh, I was about to ask, was that before or after the asylum?
Oh, yeah,
Time,
after.
Essence. Everyone, hold out your hands.
I will say you can only take 2 people with you,
Ow.
per the
I
move.
can only...
One
yes.
or 2.
I'll drive my car back to
What if
town.
I make
It'll
2
be real
trips?
fast, and nobody will complain about it.
2 trips.
If you
just
wanna
gotta
take
roll
that
like 3
risk.
times.
Ugh. Well, Kevin, do you know a Mrs. Finley?
Yeah, of course I know Mrs. Finley. She's all Hellcat. Her husband's in the war. Man, you know, she's just great.
How apropos.
You know, she
Um,
still drives.
She does. Hand on Kevin's shoulder. Marcus, ED, see you in town?
yes, we'll be right behind you.
All right,
I
let's
know
go
where
get
the-
to the car.
I know where the old bag lives.
With my weird of 0, that is definitely a 10. I'm using angel wings to teleport myself and Kevin to town.
All right, you rolled plus weird and got yourself a one-way ticket to town. What does this look and feel like to Kevin?
In the moonlight, there is a pair of iridescent wings that explode out from behind Ren. They loop upward and encompass himself and Kevin before slowly crushing them together into like this portal teardrop shape with the sound of wing flaps, they disappear.
And where are you going?
Town Square. That's the most familiar place in town for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, you arrive in Town Square. Feathers sort of billow out and land on the ground around you. And Kevin, you are now in the middle of Town Square.
Well, holy damn, man. Holy.
Kevin, I'm an alien.
Take a guy on a date first, you know? What was that? Oh.
Yeah, hand on shoulder. Kevin, I'm an alien, and I just used my teleporter beam.
Yeah, well, I figured that much out, obviously. You were talking to that there creature. You got some sort of technology going on. But, you know, you should really ask for consent before you go ahead and do stuff like that, talking about people like that.
I apologize for not asking your consent beforehand, but time is kind of the essence. The
Okay, where are we
giant
going?
creature- Well, Miss Finley's house.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, cool. Well, I'd light up a cigarette. All right, cool. All right, let's go.
Walk.
Yeah, let's run. It's like 4 miles that way, so they'll actually probably beat us in the car. But here we go. Who's outside of town?
Yeah, you guys start power walking
fuck,
your way.
My bike is in.
Yes,
My
it
bike's in the
is.
car.
Stay right here. Sound of wings. Flies away. Grabs his bike off the rack. Teleports back.
You're gonna have to roll for these. You can't just do it. Oh, you
if
know
I'm
it's
carrying
only if you.
passengers.
Shit, you're right.
then I
Okay,
roll.
cool. Mhm.
Oh.
All right, you jump on the pegs. I'll pedal us
Meanwhile,
over
we
there.
are barreling at
Yeah.
100 miles an hour down like country roads.
You guys saw Ren just like grab on the back of the car as you're like running through or driving through the woods. He grabs the bike and just flies off.
Marcus is full on grabbing the oh shit bar with both hands, like, oh, I said
Just-
miss a fucking.
Just close your freaking eyes.
It doesn't help.
You guys
That's
make
a
it to the
roller
main.
coaster.
You guys make it to the main road and just peel out a little bit before you go down. This Jeep got some torque to it.
Oh yeah, we're a 4x4
little
and we're
thing.
using it.
Yeah.
Did you bring my helmet?
Ren,
Yeah, forget
let's-
about it. Let's go.
I imagine we get there like really like we're just like coming down like the road at opposite
Yeah.
angles. Like the
Yeah.
car just like pulls into the driveway as they're like like on the
Yeah.
bike.
Please slow
Yeah.
down. Edie, please slow down. You're going to hit Kevin. Please slow down.
Wouldn't be
Kevin,
the
have you
first
ever
time.
heard of jousting?
No, tell me about it.
It's when you and your friends are stupid enough to be in two
Window.
cars leaning out a window with cardboard tubes.
All right, let's
May
do
or
it.
may not have been.
We're going to have a conversation about that later, RJ.
Nights in the courtyard. Yeah, you guys pull up to Miss Edie's house. It is a 1-story ranch that is on the edge of town, sort of right by the river that separates the town from everything else. The light is off as it is late enough now that Miss Edie has definitely gone to bed. What are you guys? What's the approach here? What are you guys gonna do to poor Miss?
I throw a
Miss...
brick in her window.
Wait,
Oh.
no,
No.
no, wait.
No,
wait.
let me
tumble
manipulate
off.
a person.
I
Yeah.
tumble off my
Anarchists,
bicycle, light
hello.
a cigarette.
It's really easy. I'll throw a Molotov cocktail and boom, different problem.
Nope. That's rude. At least a felony.
Among
probably.
many other things.
Portals.
We're gonna handle this the human southern way. And she walks up to the front porch
Passive
and knocks
aggressively?
on the door. Yes,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, you pull
bent
open the
over.
screen. You pull open the screen door and knock on the door. There is a moment of pause. You knock again, and you see a light go on inside. And you see this poor old lady. She kind of like comes coming out. She's got her nightgown on, the one that like has the frill on it a little bit, full down to her wrists and down to her ankles. And Mrs. Finley, she's wearing these big Coke bottle glasses as she kind of squints at the door, and she is that you, Edith? What
Hi,
are you
Mrs.
doing?
Finley.
She unlocks the door, unlocks it, and then like, oh no, she doesn't. This is the South. She just opens the door.
Yeah, it's not locked.
Yeah.
I could've just
And then
walked in.
she kind of looks at you. Look at you, Edith. You've grown so much since I've seen you. How have you been, honey?
I've been great, Mrs. Finley. It's kind of an emergency. It's real urgent. I heard you got a puppy.
Oh, I did. I've named him Sparkles. He's such a good boy.
Oh, he sounds real sweet. Is it? So I saw a flyer as I was coming into town from I'll name the town north of us. And I stopped for lunch earlier, and there's a sweet little girl who is missing a puppy. I didn't grab the flyer to bring it with me, but I think, did you get him from a shelter or did you find him?
No, I was on the road back from Brookshire, and I saw him on the side of the road. Poor thing was passed out.
Oh, is it okay? Can I see him? I just want to make sure it's not the little girl's missing puppy, because that was the sweetest little flyer. It was so cute. She had like a call if you see him. He's my best friend. I just want to make sure that, it's not hers, because I'll bring him home then.
Yeah.
Also, we're looking for some sort of demon bear thing.
Somebody put their hand over Kevin's mouth.
Oh, Kevin, you're here too. Hello.
Hey, Miss
Oh, and
Family, how's it going?
the nice man who helped me carry my dog food from the car. Hello.
Not a
Oh,
man.
you're all here. Would you like some cookie? And she starts shuffling in.
Oh,
Oh,
no, Miss Finley, it's okay.
yeah.
It's late. We didn't want to bug you, but I just know that little girl is up. She's going to be up all night worrying about her puppy, if it is the same one. And if not, we'll leave you to it, and I'll come over for lunch tomorrow or something and some tea.
Oh, well, it's late, honey. It's past 9 o'clock. You think that they're still awake?
I mean, maybe, but I put down the phone number in my phone in case I saw it on my way here. So I'll figure I'd just call them, and we can bring it to the little girl in the morning, unless they want us to bring it right now.
Okay.
If it's the same puppy.
I'll take a cookie.
Um,
Get me in the door. What are you guys doing? Take a
Dungeon
cookie. Go
mistress.
I'm trying to
inside.
get in the door to see the puppy.
Yeah.
Well, you go in for the cookie and you see the puppy anyway.
Okay.
to help with this lie, I wish to combine a couple of things.
Uh-huh.
And
I'm assuming I'm gonna get to roll plus charm here soon.
Okay, yeah.
Please
We'll
do.
see, and I'll use this as an assist.
You want me to roll
essentially.
a charm?
Please do.
Okay. That's my best stat.
Let's go. Ooh.
That's a 12.
Ooh, you don't need my help.
Nah. A highly capable individual.
She's
All right.
real manipulative. That's what she is.
Yeah.
He's a sweet
Fair.
talker.
Yep.
That's a
All right.
connotation
This-
to apply.
Does she let us in the door? To see
Yeah,
the puppy?
absolutely. Of course she does. You guys make your
Um,
way in. There are doilies covering every inch of this. There's little figurines and the glass cases. She's
The
got
plastic on
like
the couch.
yeah, plastic on the couch. She's got those big commemorative Princess Diana plates on the wall. Very proud of those. The kitchen is rooster themed, I'll say. That was popular.
She always have a
She's
rooster
got-
in the kitchen.
Yeah, she's got the jar full of like peppers that nobody really knew what it was, just decoration.
It's peppers and vinegar.
Nobody ate them. They were just there.
None of y'all probably.
We're mostly
Speak
what
for yourself.
I never ate them. Anyways,
I
she
ate
takes
them.
you to the kitchen. There is
I'm
a plate
Serbian.
of cookies with tin foil over them, and she kind of takes and then pulls it open. They're snickerdoodles. And she says, Here you go. Take some snickerdoodles. Do you want some milk? And she hands you the whole plate and just
Yeah.
leaves it in your hand, goes to the fridge.
It's like
Takes
the
it.
bake sale all over again.
Takes the milk out and pours 4 glasses, whether you want them or not, and gives you guys all.
Actually, Marcus can't have milk. He's lactose intolerant.
Oh.
I just don't prefer it. But thank you for the offer, anyway.
Oh,
I might have
yes.
some keys in my bag if you want.
More pressing matters first. The missing puppy.
Yeah. Oh, yes, you would like to see Sparkles? I put him in the basement. He's not quite potty trained yet. I've only had him for a day.
Yeah.
She opens the door to the basement and says, Sparkle! Come here, Sparkles! He's still learning his name. Sparkles! And you look down into the basement. There's a nightlight, like, in the distance somewhere, but all you see at the bottom of the stairs are 2 glowing red eyes piercing through the darkness.
Quick question, game mistress. How long does my speak with animals last?
Probably just for the animal that you talk to.
Gotcha, so I have to recast.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
All right, I'll go get him.
Look at Kujo, grab him by the collar.
I want to use my contrary move when you seek out somebody's advice and then you do the opposite.
I love that. Let's go.
Goddamn
go.
flakes.
All right. What do I use? Act under pressure?
When you no, you don't have to do anything for that. You just
great.
do it, and you take +1 ongoing
Yeah.
when you do anything pursuing this action. So you wiggle your way out of your sister's
Yeah,
clutch.
bring him a cookie.
Yeah, make your way
There's
down the
sparkles.
stairs. And you see this being, it kind of recoils from you, and you can see that it has a collar on it, though it is a very, like, hulking being, and it's like you see a Rottweiler, those, like a bulldog with, like, really frilly collar that's just huge around its neck, and it is wearing, a bit of an outfit that she's put on it that she
Cool.
probably knit, herself, or crocheted very quickly.
Right.
And it looks really weird because it's very imposing, but it is dressed very nicely. Yeah, you're gonna try and wrangle this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an either manipulate or an act under pressure on this one.
All right. Well, I will do a manipulate there.
Okay,
Come
roll plus
here.
charm, please.
All right. +1 forward.
Yep.
Oh, that's a 6.
Wait, I'd like to help, so we could
Okay.
probably turn this into a partial.
Okay. How are you helping?
I mean, it would probably, because if I still had some beast speech, I might be able to talk to the critter. But I am going to use soothe.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
because it does say when you talk to someone, doesn't specify like personoid or animal,
Mm-hmm.
and it is just very hushed coos.
Mm-hmm.
There is a hum of like a
Aw.
lullaby.
Aw. Okay, go ahead and roll for it.
With cool, that is a 12.
All right. Stop rolling so well.
No,
Failure's
keep
fun.
rolling so well.
All right.
I can't help it. It happens.
How are you trying to calm this creature and get it to come to you? You're using a cookie?
Oh yeah, I'm using a cookie, and I think maybe it just gets me a little.
All right, you move closer to it, and it kind of recoils from you. And as
all right.
as Ren
You're just a
starts
little
to,
guy.
it's just a little guy. Ren starts
Just a little
making some
guy.
cooing noises at it. You see it kind of move forward, and you get a better look at its face. It does look. It looks kind of like a puppy if you squint. Definitely doesn't look like a dog. If you think
Dark
about
down
it.
here.
Yeah, and
Finley's eyes are bad. She shouldn't drive, but that's okay.
yeah, you see it
Legally
grab with
blind.
we're legally blind. You see it grab with both of its hands this cookie, and it sits back on its butt like a bear would, and starts to eat it as it keeps its eyes on both of you, very
We
wide.
need more cookies.
Uh-huh.
Miss. Oh shit! What was her name?
Finley.
Mrs. Finley, and
Yes.
he's going to try to get her attention and like try to pull her from
Uh-huh.
the door.
It's very
Can you
easy.
tell me what is it with the bagged tea? What you don't choose the tea leaves? You just get these little sachets.
Oh,
Sachets?
yes. Well, I use it to make my sweet tea. Let me show you my collection. And she, like, very slowly moves over to one of the cabinets. She pulls out a stepladder. And this takes a while. She gets up on the stepladder, opens the
Incredibly
cabinet.
dangerous.
Yeah, oh yeah. She lives by herself.
He'll like support her with one hand, but then the other one he'll look back at Edie and be like,
Mrs. Finley, I think that is the dog that was on the. I'm gonna call the family real quick and see if
Oh,
if they want us to bring Sparkles tonight. I'm so
Oh.
sorry, but you saved that little girl's dog from the side of the road.
Oh, well, maybe I should get something together. Let me hold, and she like kind of starts getting down off the. Let me put together a little care package for him, and you see her like
Oh,
shuffle into
yeah,
the next room.
That's so sweet of you. Yeah, that's absolutely so sweet. She just like pretends to call the family like really quick to be like, oh yeah, you guys are still. Oh yeah, we found your dog. You know, to feel just like the whole thing. Like,
Yeah, you guys
I'll
get.
talk to Annabeth real quick. Of course. And she's like in like kind of in the doorway, like with Mrs. Finley, and be like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, they would love if you put his crochet scarf that you knit him or that you made him in the bag for. Absolutely, that's wonderful. Thank you. Like it's just like
Meanwhile,
pretending to be on the phone with us, like while she's like getting together a care package, like trying
Meanwhile,
to
the
get everybody to
Blockbuster employee that you accidentally dialed is like, "What the hell is going
Yeah,
on?"
right.
Ah,
Man,
haha,
this is a
very funny.
Wendy's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ma'am, this is. You
Ma'am,
guys
this
are
is a
leading.
Wendy's?
You guys are leading the creature up from the basement with more and more cookies, and it seems to be following you, at a regular pace as it moves up the stairs. And you guys can see that again. This creature probably comes up to at least your, calves, or I'm sorry, your knees, as it is maneuvering through this house. Its tail is sort of flicking and hitting things as it moves.
Ren, I'm starting to think this isn't a puppy.
No, it is not. Marcus, I'm kind of tapped on magic at the moment. Do you have anything with speech enabling?
I could try. I don't have your innate abilities, but I believe I might come up with something. And he's going to light an incense stick. It's always scent based, so he's got lots of herbs, incense, that sort of thing. But he's gonna light incense, and as he goes to blow it out, but instead he inhales, so the smoke goes into his throat. That's his method of casting the spell.
All right,
Hookah,
roll for it.
nice.
Yeah.
I got a Tom and Jerry style line of cookies out to the trunk of the Jeep Grand Cherokee
Piece of candy.
with a big pile at the end.
Yeah.
That is an 8.
Okay.
So there's gonna be a glitch.
There is gonna be a glitch.
Do I want to be chaotic?
Do
I
it, you
wanna
won't.
be chaotic? I'm gonna say it has a problematic side effect.
Okay. What do you say to this creature?
Oh, I'm scared now.
It's my favorite thing that my players do for me.
It's just, you're welcome.
Mhm.
We made contact with your mother. We are bringing you back to her safely.
And it speaks very broken as it is a child. It doesn't quite form words, but you get the feeling from this thing that it is conflicted. It loves its mom, but this lady's feeding her. Gave her a nice cold spot to hang out in, and it's pretty cozy here. You start to commune with this thing, and as you do, a problematic side effect starts to happen as you find yourself this smoke that you have started to breathe in. You start coughing, and as you do, the smoke begins to come out, and it starts to create a fog in the area around you. And as you are coughing and the smoke is filling up, the light from the front porch is really the only thing illuminating the area, as her house is fairly in the middle of not too much. And the area has become slightly obscured in this ooky spooky area.
Slapping their back.
No, not there. That's where I have the bad back.
Lower.
Thank you. Sorry. It doesn't want necessarily to leave.
that's a problem for them to figure out, because our problem is coming at us at exactly 60 miles to 80 miles an hour.
With that sense of urgency, he's gonna look back. Is the speak with animal still active? Okay. If you don't come to rejoin your mother's going to kill the old lady who's feeding you.
Oh. You feel a sense of a little bit of guilt as you say that, and the creature looks back to the old lady as she is shuffling out with a bag full of things, and she leans down to this howler and she's like, "Oh, I'll miss you, Sparkles," and she starts rubbing him, and he kind of starts purring in her hands, and it licks her face and nuzzles in, scraping her a little bit with her frail skin from his little horn, and he kind of gives her a nudge and then looks to you, and it will go with you.
Right. Well,
I've got a box full of things for you. Please take these and tell her I'm so sorry. I'm glad that Sparkles is going to go back to its
She's gonna be
home.
so grateful that you kept her best friend safe.
Well, I'm glad that I'll have some pictures still to remind me of him.
Oh, you took pictures?
Yes, I gave them to the kiosk boy this afternoon.
Well, hot diggity.
That sounds lovely. I can't wait to see when those get developed. And you know what, Miss Finley, how about I come over tomorrow, and if you want, I can bring you to the animal shelter, and we can see if there's another puppy or maybe a cat that can keep you company.
Oh, that would be lovely, and you can fill me in on all of your travels. I've heard you're in tanning now.
Yeah.
I work
the
at a
boots.
museum, but that we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll come pick you up. Is like 11 okay? We'll go grab lunch
Oh.
and then go check out the shelter.
Yes, I know that they have chicken soup on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Oh,
Minestrone.
minestrone, even better.
I'm
Alright.
at the door with this demon dog. Like,
Ren is
know.
helping to
what
usher
are we
them out.
talking about?
I'm trying so hard to like just not
Okay,
break
bye.
this old lady's
Okay,
heart.
bye.
All right, you go back to bed, Mrs. Finley.
Oh,
thank you
yes.
so much. I'm so sorry that we disturbed you, and I'll let you know how the drop off with the little girl goes tomorrow. When I pick you up
Okay.
at 11. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. It was
Alright,
nice
bye.
to see you.
Lovely,
Yeah,
lovely
blessed
to
night.
see you.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Right.
She closes her screen door and closes her other door. Shuffles back inside. You have baby Ozark Howler hanging out with you.
Snickerdoodle, 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 snickerdoodle.
Come on up, get in the car.
Let's go, furry.
It
Or
does.
Pumpkin bow.
Yeah. You're able to get the baby in the car. It is open back, right? Like there's no trunk. It is just
No, there's a truck. It's got like it's a normal SUV. Like,
Oh.
Big ass.
yeah,
SUV.
yeah, yeah. It's just a 4-door SUV. So
Mhm.
you throw it in the back, and I'll be in there, and or it can sit in the middle seat in between the two people in the back if you want.
Yeah,
buckle him in.
it's sitting like the
One of
owl
us is
there.
just on snickerdoodle duty, so it's just constantly feeding it more cookies.
Yeah.
Like a person?
Edie, you bust out, you drive very slowly, I would say respectfully, out of her driveway, and then
Yes.
as soon as you get to the road, you peel out.
I kind of very
You
Oh
guys
shit,
make
we forgot my bike. Can we go get it?
I will fetch it later.
All right.
guys drive north into town proper, and you make your to the diner, which is the northmost part of this area. As you know, this figuring out the path of this creature, you park the car just outside of the diner. It is still open. They close at midnight.
Sure.
And you make your way into the woods, I assume. Okay, rushing.
As we run, I also want to try to, again, use a little bit of magic to pinpoint where the thing is.
Sure.
So we can just meet it where it's at and not
Yeah.
hope.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a hold left from Connect the Dots.
You sure do.
When and where will the next critical event occur?
Hell yeah.
Hey.
I know where we're going. You guys gotta take this left, okay? And then you go up here on the right, and then we're gonna have to pull off on the side, right? Because there's the culvert, and I think if we go down in the culvert, right, there's the natural line of the stream there, and I think that's probably gonna be exactly where that thing's gonna be.
Kevin like perfectly triangulates like with math based on like how fast a creature was going from like 3 points that we had on the map. Like
I know
Yeah.
trigonometry.
he just knows exactly. Oh well, judging by where we saw where the accident was and where that guy saw him and then where we saw him, I know they're gonna be right here.
Ren
Only
leans
places.
back to Edie and just says, "Are you sure your brother isn't magic?"
Pretty sure.
Cool. Then I'm
It's the way his brain works.
really bad at math.
Damn
You
it, that
guys-
was the last snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle, snickerdoodle.
I just assume one of you is carrying this thing like this as you're
Oh
running
my-
through the.
Raven, should we give them? Come
Show
Sorry,
us.
Simon. Sorry, Simon.
here.
Cyrus, Cyrus.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Pick 'em up, everybody. I'm robbing the place.
Good girl.
Both of them were like, "Mother, why have you done this?"
Her
Why?
tail was like whacking my legs. She loves it. She loves being picked up like a baby.
You guys
Oh.
make your way to the river, and just as this creature is cresting the hill, you're about a mile away from town at this spot. It stops seeing you and seeing the child, and it kind of squares up to you.
Well,
Found your
Alright.
munchkin.
As promised.
I put the sweater back on it.
It coos.
All right, Sparkles.
All right.
It's like homeward bound.
One tear.
Known the creature for 10 minutes.
Well, you're just a smelly old man with all your smells. You gotta hurt.
I
The-
didn't think that would hurt, but it did.
The baby Ozark bounds forward across the water, soaking its crocheted outfit to its mother. The mother smells it over, like nudging it with its face, and like pokes at its accoutrement. And the little one kind of swipes up at her as it likes its new outfit and wants to keep it. And she kind of like does a good smell over. You see her lick it a couple times, and its eyes fix on the four of you. And you hear a low, it's almost a purr, almost a growl, but it seems to be as best it can, a thank you. And it nudges the cub, and they start to walk back north from this spot.
Marcus wants to do one last teeny bit of magic.
I want to take
Okay.
a picture right before it goes over the hill, but it's bad picture.
And this is
Kevin just
why
taking
I
diving
wanted to
classes.
do this bit of magic. And I'm going to use luck.
Okay.
I am going to bestow a little like cloak around them
Oh.
so that prying eyes and I don't know, cameras won't
Uh-huh.
be able to capture them.
Okay.
And they can move in peace without fear of being harried.
Mm-hmm. Well, go ahead and roll it just in case you don't need to use your luck. It's gonna be.
I would like cast magic to counterspell.
Wrong system.
That is an 11, so I don't need
Okay.
to do it.
No.
Yeah, we don't want to get the Council of Wizards involved in this if we don't have to.
That's
Well,
a
we
good
do.
call. I forgot about that.
Huh?
Oh boy.
Yeah, you are able to cast this magic. What do you do to do so?
Probably the most overt in front of Kevin.
Mhm.
The Is there like a fog or like a mist at this
Sure.
point in the night?
Yeah.
Okay. He is going to just move his hands and mutter under his breath, and as he moves his hands, the mist around the mother and the cub just sort of swirls around them for a moment before they disappear from view and the mist settles back down to the ground.
Click.
Oh, so strange. I thought they were right there. I think you unfortunately missed them.
Well, we'll have to see once it gets developed. I think I got it.
Mm. Speaking of which, we need to discuss those other photographs.
Why?
What, Randall's?
Yes, publishing more evidence of things like that. Kevin, monsters are real.
Yep.
Angels are real. Devils are real. All the things you read about as a child and heard rumors about, they exist.
Well, yeah, of course. I knew that.
Yes, right.
I've
You
been
knew
there.
that. Strangely, somehow you seem to be handling this quite well, but others, not of your persuasion, wouldn't handle it as well.
Wow.
We need to make sure that they are kept safe and prying eyes are kept diverted.
Well, it's a big day for me and Edie, but I think we'll both be able to deal with, processing all this information.
Marcus just turns and looks at Edie.
Ren is stifling a laugh.
Well, I think I can take care of those pictures.
Thank you.
Can I have them?
Looks
so?
to the other two.
As long as they don't get spotted by anybody not in the know, I see no problem.
I wouldn't do that to Sparkles.
I'll make sure the council's taken care of.
Huh.
And I'll plan to spend the rest of my evening breaking into the the picture place, and stealing the pictures.
Need help?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Baby's first beanie.
What is Kevin doing? Is Kevin joining you on this breaking and entering?
Well, I'm not just. I mean, she just got into town. I'm not gonna not hang out with her if that's what she's doing. I'll mysteriously lean up against the sidewall and smoke a cigarette.
Mm-hmm. Be the lookout.
Yeah.
What?
Well, no. Just hanging out.
Just hanging out while we break in and steal some pictures.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're pretty skilled at that. I don't know if you even need to roll for breaking into a...
I mean, considering my background is burglar, so I guess I could roll for it, because it's when you break into a secure location, roll plus sharp on a 10 plus, pick 3 on a 7-9, pick 2. You either get in undetected, get out undetected, don't leave a mess, and you find what you were after. So I can roll for it if you'd like.
Sure. Miss Finley's gonna be so disappointed.
I know. All right, so that's a 9. So I would like to both get in and get out undetected. No, wait.
Right.
I need to be able to find what I was after. So since I only get 2.
Oh, could I try to help? Because I'm keeping an eye out.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. And that's what? Cool?
Plus cool.
All right.
Jesus
Nope, that's a
Christ.
2.
All right,
Well-
I will choose to find what I was after and get in undetected.
Okay. Kevin, you've placed yourself directly in front of where the camera is in this place.
Sure.
Which will open you up to, as part of the help out action, you expose yourself to trouble or danger without helping. So you might have some splaining to do later, but you are able to get these things. Yeah.
Well, you think that's just like a prop camera because it's a photo place, or what?
Well, the red light on probably indicates recording.
Like, is that why you're over there?
Yeah.
Yes, the idea is that we don't want to be on camera.
Oh, all right. Well, I turn around.
Shit.
Yes, that solved it. Evan.
Should
All
we
right.
break it?
While Edie is doing their breaking and entering, Ren is regaling Kevin with watered-down versions of interactions between himself and Edith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were frequenting the same jewelry store, and a piece caught our eye. And so we got to talking about how we would divide it.
Right. Right. How divide a piece of jewelry? Like you some sort of gem guy?
I'm more into theater. Let's just say that sometimes on the weekends I get to wear it.
No, all right. Well, that's fun. It's fun for everybody.
Yeah. Your
She's
sister's
not a
good
curator,
person.
is she?
That's a discussion you will have to have with her. Honestly, she is a good person.
Oh, well, yeah, she's my sister. I know that.
Good. I'm not one to spoil anyone else's supper.
Well, you're always welcome at the diner then.
That actually makes me feel good inside, huh?
All right.
Guys, get the pictures. Retire for the evening. And that's the end of our mystery, guys. You solved my puzzle.
We did it.
Yay!
This is so much fun. I love this game.
Yay!
So cute.
Thank you guys for playing with me tonight. Since we didn't get to play our Lost Mines of Phandelver game, I wanted to do something still and hang out with my friends. But
Yeah.
let's go around and have everybody say who they are and where people can find them, starting with Jake.
Hey, everybody. I am Jake. You can check out my podcast, Legends Rerolled. We do a TTRPG podcast where we replay classic stories in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Whole first season's out. We run through The Wizard of Oz. It's a lot of fun. I play the Cowardly Lion.
It's so good. Guys, I'm almost done with it. I've powered through that bitch. It's so good. Watch it. Listen to it. It's amazing. Rachel!
I'm gonna have to because I love The Wizard of Oz. That might be my favorite movie
There you go.
ever. Hi, I'm Rachel. Rachel Elizabeth. Rachel is obsessed with the Z in the middle instead of an S. I am here on Hack Recklessly on Sundays playing some high level D&D with our Dungeon Mistress LB. I'm on game nights. That's 2 G's and nights with a K on Tuesdays playing some more high level D&D stuff. We are going through the high level Candlekeep mysteries currently. And I'm also there every other Wednesday playing Scum and Villainy, which is a Blades in the Dark style game, which is it's space. It's like a little bit of Dune, a little bit of Star Wars. It's really fun, and there's lots of fun space adventures and hot characters. And we stole a prince and convinced him to join our crew. It's been really wild. It's very fun. We kidnapped a prince, but now he belongs to us. He's ours now. So that's where you can find me doing things, and anywhere else on the internet my friends ask me to be.
All right, RJ.
Hello everybody, I'm RJ. You can catch me at RJ622 on all of the social medias. I'm over at the Indoor Adventures where we're doing a D&D 4E Western campaign. We're hitting the old dusted trail to our next grand adventure, and I'm excited. On Thursdays over at the Hype Goblins for a D&D 5e game where everything is third-party content. I'm a weird four-armed pseudo-dragon in a boy's body. It's weird. Other than Saturdays, Blades in the Dark over at GGK. I'm also I'm a boy becoming a man as a mad scientist. Body swapping. It's great. It's very dramatic. A guy turned into a hand demon because we kept him in our prison for too long and didn't turn him into the authorities like we said we would. So he made a deal with a demon and essentially turned himself into one.
Well, that's going to happen.
Yeah, that happens. All right, Kujo.
Hello, everyone. I am Kujo. You can find my personal page at Kujo Plays Games on all major social media platforms. You can also find me at Crit Hit Chronicles, unless it's Twitter, in which it's at Crit Hit Chron, because character limits are a thing. Tomorrow, there's going to be an announcement on a campaign that's going to start next Thursday, featuring our beloved LB. I'm super excited about that. In August, hopefully, we're going to be starting Tales of the Valiant thanks to the Kobold Creates program. So huge shout out to Kobold Press for sponsoring the show. again featuring LB along with some fantastic creators. And then there may be a campaign that takes place after the events of Baldur's Gate 3 at some point. I don't quite know when that's going to happen, but once details come out, check the socials. That is where I will post all of the things. And yeah, thank you for having me on. This is super fun. I love this game so much.
And I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Instagrams. You can find us at Hack Reckless. What?
Did Jake go?
Yeah, I
Jake
went
went
first.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Long
Sorry.
time
Pay
ago.
attention, RJ.
I have ADD.
You threw off my groove. You can find us at Hack
Where the
Recklessly
groove?
here on Twitch as well as on the YouTubes. If you're watching this on YouTubes, give it a like, give it a comment. We love to hear your feedback on stuff. The next time this channel is going to be live is maybe Friday. I'll be by myself. Maybe I'll throw some DVD together. I don't know. Fun stuff. But we'll be back on Sunday for our wonderful 5th edition game. They're making their way through Talona's lair in her plane of existence, and they just hit the bug room. I am very excited about that. Yeah, that's it for us. Yeah, right.
Stars. Perk mentioned it.
Oh
in
yeah,
chat.
we could do
And I listed,
stars.
Did you want to do stars? I mean, there's
Yeah.
probably no wishes because
Well,
it's a one shot.
that's true. Do you guys want to? We do stars. Sometimes we do Monster of the Week and other games. You will star somebody that you enjoyed your favorite thing that happened in the game. You give a star to one person, and then you can do a wish. If we bring back these characters, you can do a wish for something you want to happen later. Does somebody have a star that they want to start with?
I'll start.
Mm-hmm.
Edie is a fantastic character. I really love how you played the sister of Kevin, and you just sort of went, "Oh, honey," anytime there was a a less than smart thing that was said or done. No, it was really cool. It was really really fun. I enjoyed playing with you. This is our first game together, and
I
it was
know, I
super
loved
fun.
it.
So yeah, no, I loved Edie. Edie is fantastic. Edie is love. Edie is life.
I might be a big sister in real life.
Love it.
I might be a little brother.
Look at that.
It worked.
It did.
And do you have a wish if we bring back these characters for another game?
I wish for more.
Fair.
There you go.
Anyway.
Hello, it's me. I love Kevin so much. I love Kevin so much. My whole thing is the whole Kevin saga.
Kevin.
Kevin.
I think everybody loves Kevin. That's what this game needs to be called. Everybody loves Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin. My wish. Also, fucking just not letting on that Kevin knows that everyone is lying to him right now.
That's a move he has. He knows when people
Yeah.
are lying to him. He just lets them do it.
knows. He just
Oh,
does
well,
it.
What are you gonna do?
They'll
Wait,
tell
what?
me eventually,
This
I
whole
guess.
time he's known?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
knows.
my heart.
that's one of the things I took is like, you know when people are lying to you, so everybody was just lying straight to my face, and I was like, well, whatever. We'll get there.
Oh,
I have never.
Kevin.
Well, the only lie was I'm an alien. No, I'm not.
I figured, but you know,
It was the quickest thing to explain.
sure, I was willing to roll with it.
Valid.
My wish. Echo, echo, more.
All right. Who's
Ah.
next?
Sure, I'll go. Stars and wishes. My star is Kujo at the very beginning, just kind of like taking the reins, just being a grumpy old man. And when you leaned forward and like looked down your glasses at the lady in the bar bookstore at the beginning, it was just like I was like, oh, this is a grumpy old man with a beautiful voice, and he's the secret leader for sure.
Aw. Thank you. Jake.
And yeah, I wish to play again. Right here with
Gotcha.
everyone.
Got you.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
My star is gonna go to RJ/Ren because of the moment where, because I'd completely forgotten about talking about E being Ren's like person that they go to for like human advice. And the bringing it up and like just immediately texting her, can I just teleport this old lady to her car with all these? I don't want to walk this far with this like old woman. But then being like, oh, fine. And then just like walking with this sweet old lady all the way to her car with all of her bags. It's just, it was like the funniest thing for the third beast of the apocalypse to be doing. And that image in my head will be burned in there forever. It's so funny to me. And my wish is, yeah, let's totally do this again. This was so much fun. I love this squad.
All right.
Just 4 people that you don't expect to be like walking around the town together, and it's just such a funny image.
Oh my god. My star goes to I'm the GM. I can do whatever I want. My star goes to all of you for just rolling with it so well, putting you guys in situations and being like, look at this thing, and you're like, I've got it, and then rolling with it. Which I knew that you guys were all going to do because you were all great role players. And then also you guys putting together all the pieces without me having to spell it out for you. You guys did a great job with that. I really appreciate that. As a mystery maker, that is always the best thing. And my
Just so you know, Rachel and I were messaging each other like, man, I really hope it's the new puppy.
No, straight up. It was, the time is it? It was 10 p.m. It just occurred to me, is Mrs. Finley's dog the creature? Before like anything else happened. And yeah, it was
fantastic.
There wasn't a shot in hell I was gonna pick that up, and then you sent it in the Discord, and I was like,
completely over my head.
Obviously. I like playing a dumb guy because I'm not smart.
Don't have to think.
There you go.
And my wish is bigger stakes for the next one. Put you guys in more danger, put more people in danger, make it a big bad creature. Yeah. But that's it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my players for playing this lovely game with me. And I guess I'm LB Hack 'em Up, and until next time, hack recklessly. Bye!
Mind Flayer, goodbye.
All right, get out of here.